myself Parsuram Patel. I am assistant professor in electronics and communication engineering department, and here we will discuss some important applications and theorems of Laplace transform, some important properties, and one of the most important property is the time differentiation property of Laplace transform. We can say real differentiation property also. So here we will study the real differentiation property. So real differentiation property. We can say time derivation property also. Time differentiation property. So here this is the property of Laplace transform, a real differentiation property. We can say also time differentiation property because time is a real parameter. Here we will write the statement of this property. If Laplace transform of xt is equal to xs, then Laplace transform of derivative of xt, that is d by dt of xt, is equal to s times capital Xs minus small x of 0 minus. So here capital X is the function which is in terms of complex frequency x s, and x0 minus is the function which is in terms of time t and at time t equal to 0 minus. So here we can say x0 minus is equal to xt at time t equal to 0 minus. So this is the value of time t value of xt at time t equal to 0 just before switching action taken place. Xt can be any signal, any function. It could be a current signal or voltage signal. So here xt at time t equal to 0 minus, that is before switching action taken place. So we can say this is the initial condition of signal xt. Now we will have to prove this theorem. Okay? We have to prove this statement. Here we can say, here we will use the formula of Laplace transform. As we know, Laplace transform of xt is equal to Laplace transform of xt is equal to integration of 0 to infinity xt e to the power minus st dt. So here in this formula, I have used the lower limit 0 minus because we will consider all the conditions before time t equal to 0 also. So we will use this formula now. So using this formula, we can derive this statement. Okay. So here Laplace transform of, using this formula, we can say Laplace transform of d by dt of xt, and that will be integration of 0 to infinity. In place of xt, we will write d by dt of xt e to the power minus st dt. Here we will use the by part function figure. So we have to integrate this relation. So here we can write, here we will consider first function which is easily integrable. So here we can observe that d by dt of st is easily integrable. So it will be second and it will be first. So here we will integrate this expression using the by parts formula. So first as it is integration of second. So we will integrate the second. So again we will get xt. So first as it is integration of second minus integration of derivation of first into integration of second, that is d by dt of st, and we will integrate this complete product. Okay, and this integration is with respect to dt, and we are solving this integration from time t equal to 0 to infinity. So after solving this, we will get that e to the power minus st integration of d by dt of st, which can be written as e to the power minus st xt. And after that, it will be integration of, if we will derivate d by dt of e to the power minus st, then we will get minus s e to the power if we will derivate this minus s e to the power minus st, and integration of d by dt of st will be xt, and again we will derivate this, and here we have to consider the limit 0 to infinity. So we are integrating this whole expression from 0 to infinity. So we will integrate this expression from 0 to infinity. Okay. So you can observe here in first term, if we will write time t equal to infinity, then it will be e to the power minus infinity, which will be 0. Okay. So after solving this, we can say that in first term, e to the power minus infinity will be 0. And if we will write time t equal to 0 in this expression, then at time t equal to 0, e to the power 0 will be 1. Okay, and at time t equal to 0, xt will be x0 minus. So it will be x0 minus. Okay, this is the first term. So this is the first term. After that, what we can do here? So after that, we can see here minus minus, it will come outside, plus, and s e to the power minus st. So it could be again using the formula that this is the excess integration. This integration is known as excess, that is Laplace transform of st. And so e to the power minus st dt can be written as capital Xs. So it will be plus s excess. So here you can say this integration from 0 to infinity will be s times capital Xs minus small x of 0 minus. So it has been proved. Further, we can solve some numerical based on this. So we can use this particular property. So using this here, so we have learned this property, and again I will write the statement, that is the Laplace transform of, that is Laplace transform of d by dt of st, and that is equal to s times capital Xs minus small x of 0 minus. And we can write some numerical here on this property. And suppose we have to find, the question is find the Laplace transform of an impulse signal, Laplace transform of an impulse signal xt is equal to delta t, using the real differentiation property, So using this property, we can solve this problem. So here function impulse signal, that is unit impulse signal delta t, is known to us. We have to use the Laplace transform of this signal. So here we can solve this problem using the property also, and using the basic formula of Laplace transform. Suppose here we have been given that a signal ut, that is unit step signal, and Laplace transform of that signal is 1 by s. Here it is given to you. So now we have to find the Laplace transform of delta t, that is unit impulse signal. And we are known the relation between impulse signal and unit step signal, and that is delta t is equal to derivative of ut. So here we can find out the Laplace transform of impulse signal delta t, and that will be Laplace transform of d by dt of ut. So we will use the time derivative property, and that is real differentiation property, and that property says us that derivative of a signal st is equal to s times xs, that is Laplace transform of ut, minus ut at time t equal to 0 minus. So what we can say here, s times Laplace transform of ut, it will be 1 by s, and value of ut at time t equal to 0 minus, and we know that unit step signal ut is equal to 1 for time t greater than or equal to 0. So at time t equal to 0 minus, just before 0, it will be 0. So here we can say u0 minus is equal to 0. So after solving this, we will get 1 minus 0, that is 1. So here Laplace transform of unit impulse signal is equal to 1. So this is the application of this property. Similarly, we can use the other properties of Laplace transform, and one property is known as real integration property. So we can use here real integration property. So I'm writing here real integration property. Real integration property. So earlier we have studied the real differentiation property. Now we will study the real integration property. So it states that this property, it states that integration of a signal x tau d tau from tau t equal to 0 minus to t is equal to xs divided by s. Okay? If Laplace transform of xt is equal to xs. If Laplace transform of xt is equal to xs known to us, then we can use this formula, and this formula is, this is the property of real integration property. Real integration property means integration with respect to time t. Real differentiation means derivation with respect to time t, and real integration means integration with respect to time t. Okay. So here we are studying the real integration property. So if we are known that Laplace transform of xt equal to xs, then integration of st dt, Laplace transform of this signal, will be xs upon s. We can prove this. So we will prove here. So here we have to prove this particular theorem. So here what we can say here, Laplace transform of integration of 0 minus to t x tau d tau. We have to integrate this expression. So what we can write using the formula, it could be integration of 0 minus to infinity, and here this signal will be 0 minus to t x tau d tau. This is the signal for which we have to find the Laplace transform into e to the power minus st dt. Now we have to solve this expression. Okay. So what we can do here, we can solve this expression. First we have to think what is easily integrable, e to the power minus st or integration of x tau d tau 0 to t. So integration of a integration is not easy compared to the derivation of this exponential signal. So which one is easily integrable? That should be considered as a function second. So we will consider this second function, and this is the first function. And now we will use the by part rule of integration. So here what we can do, here first as it is, now we will apply the integration of first into second. So here first as it is, and integration of second. So here we can say first as it is 0 minus to t, first as it is, and integration of second. So if we will integrate second, then we will get e to the power minus st divided by minus s. So first as it is, and integration of second, minus integration of derivation of first. So we are integrating xt and we are again derivating. So we will get xt again. So minus first as it is, integration of second, minus integration of derivation of first, and integration of second. So we will integrate this, we will get e to the power minus st upon minus s dt. And whole process is being done from time t equal to 0 to infinity. So we are integrating this from 0 to infinity. Okay. So we are integrating this expression from 0 to infinity. Okay. So after this, we have to solve this equation. So what we can do here, that if we will write the time t equal to infinity, in that case e to the power minus infinity will be 0 in first term. So if we will write time t equal to infinity, that is upper limit, then first term will be 0 because e to the power minus infinity will be 0. And if we will write time t equal to 0 minus, then it will be 0 minus to 0. So this integration will be 0 because lower and upper limit both will be same. So we can write here. So what we can do here? So here we can write in next page, and that is okay. So here we will use this integration, and we can write here in this page that here we have to solve this integration, and we can say that this integration is equal to, from this page, and we can say here this integration will be equal to e to the power, from next line it will be e to the power minus st upon s and integration of x tau d tau from x tau d tau from, it could be 0 minus to t, this integration. Okay, and we have to integrate this expression x tau d tau, and next term it will be 1 upon s integration of e to the power minus xt dt, and this integration is from 0 to infinity. Okay, now we have to solve this expression from 0 to infinity. Okay, this whole expression is being integrated from 0 to infinity. So what we can say here at time t equal to infinity, it will be e to the power minus infinity, and this expression, it could be any number, but e to the power minus infinity is 0. Okay, minus at lower limit we can put here time t equal to 0 minus, and at lower limit we will get here e to the power minus st upon s, and this integration will be 0 minus to 0 minus x tau d tau, and this will be 0 because lower limit and upper limit both are same. So we have solved this part, this part. Okay, in next part what will happen, it will be 1 upon s integration of 0 to infinity xt e to the power minus st dt. So we can say here e to the power minus infinity will be 0, and 0 times any number will be 0, and in second part 0 minus to 0 at lower limit and upper limit both are same, so it will be 0 plus 1 upon s, and this is the formula of Laplace transform of xt. So we can write here is equal to 1 upon s times xs. Okay, so this is the proof of this particular theorem. So here we have proved the integration, real integration of the Laplace transform, and the property of real integration says that if we are integrating a signal s tau d tau up to time t, and Laplace transform of that signal will be 1 upon s times xs. Further, we can use this theorem. So here we will use this statement. So we have learned two properties today, and that is the real differentiation property. Here we have learned real differentiation property, real differentiation property, and this property says that Laplace transform of dy dt of st is equal to s times capital Xs minus small x of 0 minus. And we have learned real integration property, real integration property. Real means with respect to time. Time is a real parameter. So here we have learned x tau d tau, and which has been integrated from 0 to t up to any time t, and Laplace transform of this integration will be xs upon s. So here it will be xs upon s. Now we will consider some example here. I have explained you one example of real differentiation property. Here we will use the real integration property. So let me tell you one relation. Impulse signal is the basic test signal. If we will integrate this signal, we will get unit step signal, and we will integrate unit step signal, then we will get ramp signal, unit ramp signal. So after derivating ramp signal, we will get unit step signal, and after derivating unit step signal we will get impulse signal. So we have to use this property, that is real integration property. So what we can do here, suppose we are considering a signal, and that signal is uh, suppose delta t. Suppose we have been known, suppose we are known that, say we are given that Laplace transform of impulse signal is equal to 1. Okay, so we are given that Laplace transform of impulse signal is equal to 1. Then find Laplace transform of unit step signal. This is the question. Okay, so this is very basic questions to clear this property. So here it is being said here that we are known that Laplace transform of unit impulse is 1, and we have to find the Laplace transform of unit step signal. Here we are known that this property, that Laplace transform of integration of, okay, so here we are known that Laplace transform of integration of x tau d tau 0 to t is equal to xs upon s. It is known to us. Okay, so we can say here it is xs upon s. So here first we have to understand the relation between impulse signal and unit step signal. So here we have to find the Laplace transform of unit step signal ut, and we will convert this ut in terms of known signal. And what is known here? Here impulse signal delta t is known to us. So we can write here ut is the integration of delta t dt. Ut is the integration of delta t dt. So now we will use this signal, and here you can say, I will change the color here. This is the delta t in this case, and in this property this is xt. So we are known here that Laplace transform of delta t equal to 1. So if delta t is the xt, here we can say if xt equal to delta t, then Laplace transform of delta t, Laplace transform of xt is known as xs, and Laplace transform delta t is 1. So what we can say here using this property, we can write here that this is the integration of the signal, and using this property we can use xs upon s, xs upon s. So what we are known here, here we are known that delta t signal, and Laplace transform of that signal is xs Laplace transform of delta t divided by s, and Laplace transform of impulse signal is 1. So we can write here 1 upon s. Okay. So here we have learned two properties. One is the real differentiation property, and other is real integration property. So in real differentiation property, we will use this property when we are known some Laplace transform of some given signal. Suppose a signal x is known to us, and then Laplace transform also that signal is known to us. So if we have to find the Laplace transform of any other signal which is derivative of previous signal, st signal, so we can use the real differentiation signal. But if a signal is integration of a known signal, then Laplace transform of that signal will be integration of that signal will be equal to 1 upon s times xs, and xs is the Laplace transform of previous signal, as we have seen in this example. We can do many other examples also. Suppose here we have to find the here I am asking one question. Here suppose given question is that you are given Laplace transform of sine omega naught t is equal to omega naught upon s square plus omega square. Then find Laplace transform of cos omega t, cos omega naught t. Here we have to find. So here it is known that the Laplace transform of sine omega t equal to omega naught upon s square plus omega square, and we have to find the Laplace transform of cos omega naught t. So what we can do here, we know that cos omega naught t is equal to derivative of sine omega naught t. If we will derive the sine omega naught t, then what we will get? We will get omega naught times cos omega naught t. So we will divide here by omega naught. So cos omega naught t can be written as 1 upon omega naught times dy dt of sine omega naught. So dy dt of sine omega naught t. So here we can, if we have to find the Laplace transform of cos omega naught, here we have to find the Laplace transform of cos omega naught t. So what we can do, Laplace transform of, in place of cos omega naught t, we can write here 1 upon omega naught t dy dt of sine omega naught t. So what will happen? 1 upon omega naught is constant, so it will come outside the bracket, and here we can write 1 upon omega naught Laplace transform of dy dt of sine omega naught t. And we are known that Laplace transform of sine omega naught t is omega naught upon s square plus omega square. Now using the property, Laplace transform of derivative of st, and that is equal to s times capital Xs minus a small x of 0 minus just before 0. So we will use this property here. So using this property, we can write here 1 upon omega naught times Laplace transform of derivative of sine omega t. So here we have to consider this signal is known to us as xt, and Laplace transform of this signal as xs. So here this is the xt, and this signal will be considered as xs. Okay, so using this property, what we can write here, 1 upon omega naught, okay, times Laplace transform of dy dt of st as xs, that is Laplace transform of sine omega naught t, and it will be omega naught upon s square plus omega naught square. Okay, here omega naught. So omega naught upon s square plus omega naught square. Now this will be the first term. Okay, after that what we can see here, x0 minus, that is value of sine omega naught t at time t equal to 0 minus. 0 minus means just before 0. Okay, so we can solve this bracket, and after that what we can say here, 1 upon omega naught times s into, and we can write here omega naught upon s square plus omega naught square, and sine omega naught t at time t equal to 0 minus. 0 minus is just near about to 0, but just left of the 0, so it will be 0. So it could be 0. So after we can say that this omega naught and omega naught will be cancelled. So we will find that Laplace transform of cos omega naught t is equal to s upon s square plus omega naught square. So here we have derived this formula, and we have used the application of this particular property of Laplace transform, and that is the time differentiation property or real differentiation property. So if we can use similarly, in similar manner, we can use the property of time integration, that is real integration property.